Yeah, we do have to discuss Pittsburgh situation.
All right, that's Mr. Terrific and flip it around.
Are we live on YouTube?
We live,
We
baby.
live. Look at that. All right, we're ready.
Ready. Yeah, baby. All right, in 3, 2. And we will never stop ragging on Kevin Durant.
No, never. It never.
It will never end.
Even though I might have to support him this year, as long as the Lakers don't.
Oh,
I gotta
God.
ride that out.
Jeez. Just to be right. You got
Just
to
to
root
be
for him
right.
just to be
I
right.
didn't say root. There's a difference between rooting for someone and quietly hoping the worst.
That's the speaking. All right, it's the Captain Sports Show right here at AudioWaveNetwork.com.
.com.
We are finally in the facilities.
Yeah. We're not in our home offices.
Right. We appreciate you guys joining us as always. If you're live on the feed or if you're on YouTube, make sure you like us on all our platforms, which is Facebook and Instagram. You like the Academy Sports Show. And if you got something to add or if you want to be a sponsor, go to the Academy Sports Show, 2 S's, at gmail.com. Send your feedback, send your questions, send your businesses. We got you there on lock. We appreciate you. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. Next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year to everyone. Happy holidays. It's 2019. It's cold winter Thursday here in the D, and we are thankful because it still has not snowed that much. About that.
It ain't stuck.
Yeah, like we didn't have to slide here or anything
Nothing.
like that. But again, yeah, happy 2019 to everyone. And we got a lot to get into tonight. Of course. You know what time of year it is. It's the playoff time. It's NFL playoffs. So we're going to talk a little NFL playoffs tonight. Wild card weekend is upon us. And we got some young studs, some young ballers playing quarterback position. And we're going to give our opinions this week about who we think is going to win, who's going to lose, and what quarterbacks we can count in and which quarterbacks we can count out. Who would you put your money on? Also, tonight's show is an all-football show. It's an all-football show. There's nothing really going on in the association. I mean, the usual drama that there is in the association. But it's all football tonight. We got to talk college football semifinals.
Somebody was right. Somebody
was right and somebody was wrong. So, and somebody in our live view was wrong too. So it'd be interesting to hear about, hear from those folks as well. And we're gonna also talk college football playoff national championship game Monday night, Alabama Crimson Tide versus Clemson Tigers. So that and my top 5. It's my top 5 this week.
It's your top 5.
It's my top 5. So big ups to everybody in our live feeds. We appreciate you joining us. Make sure you share, and some more share, like, comment. Make sure you comment. That's what makes it fun. We're on Facebook Live tonight, and we are on YouTube. So if you're on our YouTube page or in my Facebook Live, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the friend me button. Make sure I get you added so that way you will be involved. Look at Ruben. I love it. He's already making amends for his prediction last week. which
Stand
we
by
talked
it.
about.
We stand by it.
Don't stand by it.
Just because it was wrong, don't mean it wasn't right.
To you now.
Okay.
Oh, I guess
you were-
normally, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was such a profound moment. He even looked up like, okay. It was just weird there. And tonight, since we are back in the studio, all right, we're back in the building. As always, the man, the half of what is the conglomerate of AudioWaveNetwork.com, the COO/FO, the guy that actually gets the most haircuts in the history of black men. He gets a haircut once a week. Is him none other than Mr. Terrific.
What's
How
up?
are you,
What's
sir?
up? Happy New Year, fellas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Lakers still sitting at that number 8 seed.
Yeah,
They
fell kind of
slide.
fast, didn't they?
They sliding. No LeBron, no winning.
No LeBron, no Rondo.
Kuzma
no-
got hurt last game.
Kuzma got hurt last
Oh,
night
he
in the
got
fourth
hurt?
quarter.
Yeah, it's back.
Lonzo looked great last night.
Troll.
Hey, you know what? Really, we said we weren't going to talk association, but the fact that you brought that up, watching them last night, do you know there's only one person on that team that shoots above 70% free throw shooting?
Josh Hart.
Nope. He shoots 68%.
What?
It's KCP.
Ugh.
Everybody else on the team shoots
He still
below 70.
He still plays.
Yeah. Can you believe that?
He's still on a roster.
And your man Lonzo shoots 46% from free throw. How can you be a point guard shooting 46%?
Ask Russell Westbrook.
Well, he's just not having a great. Yes. But hey, he gave him the guitar last night. That was good.
But he didn't do it.
PG went off last night. So, moving on.
That's a lot of association for.
Hey,
you
we
say
got out
we're
the
gonna
way.
talk to
I know, it's out the way.
association.
Oh, it's
Well,
coming. Stay tuned, Yolanda. You'll get it in a second.
Let's get it cracking. But first, let's pay the bills. We love our sponsors here at Academy Sports Show and AudioWaveNetwork.com. Make sure you check out the Academy's exclusive sponsor, Mr. Mike Vaughn's Plumbing. Both licensed and insured, Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality work, both commercial and residential. If you're just getting up to cold, you want to do some waterproofing, you got a business, or just at home, check those pipes. You want to call Mike Vaughn's Plumbing. The number is
313-304-7786.
that is the man to go to. Check out VaughnsPlumbing.com.
.com.
Just check him out and then make sure he services in your area. You'll get that quote. He'll be a number that you're happy with, and he'll get the job done. Trust me, Joe knows all about it.
I do.
The number is
313-304-7786.
some of the guys at the Academy Sports Show sent you, because that man right there is the real MVP.
All right.
What you got?
I want to see this comment here. Ruben said, what is dangerous is they're playing that well without LeBron. If they can ever figure out how to play well with their run, well, with him, they'll run the rest. I don't know about that. I don't know about playing well without LeBron. They're sliding fast. They're like 1-4 without LeBron. So they're I think what it is, Ruben, is they're a little more competitive than people expected them to be without LeBron.
If they had Rondo, they would have won some of those games.
Gotcha.
Like, they would have helped.
Yeah,
But
I think
having
it would've
both of them out, like two of your veteran
Good
leaders,
guys, yeah,
that's pretty rough.
I agree.
And then you got guys like you just counting on Brandon Ingram to be that guy, and his makeup is
Brandon Ingram looked hilariously awful last night. I just want to say
he needs to take the headband off. He's not a
he needs to eat.
headband.
I'm sorry. He needs to eat.
And that's the association, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that's all our NBA talk for tonight.
So we made predictions about the college football semifinals when it
We
was
did, didn't we?
Notre Dame versus Clemson and the Sooners versus the Crimson Tide. We made our predictions. Things were said. Things were done. We don't got to harp on it. Let's just move forward.
Wait a minute. That's what we do on this show is talk about what was said and what was done. So let's talk about what was said and what was done. Where are we moving forward to?
To the championship.
No. We have to talk about our thoughts from the semi. I believe that's on the rundown tonight, which you did not send me. So don't be trying.
We both was busy.
Yes.
Come on now. Let's be honest.
That's true.
All right. Well, there were some championship games. If you saw them, I mean, it's not like they were competitive.
Ooh, you're really trying to soften this thing up, man.
So Clemson played a ghost. That is Notre Dame. Hey, B, are you in there? Hey, where's Notre Dame at now, huh?
Yeah.
What
boy.
happened to the Irish?
Ugh.
Anybody? Has anybody seen the Irish?
Ugh.
Anybody? Ugly green jerseys? Nobody seen them?
Ugh.
Hard to miss them.
Ugh.
Your thoughts on the game, sir? Since you
Oh,
since you want to go through this.
Listen to the
Since
to
you
the
want
vitriol
since you want to go through this.
coming towards me.
Your thoughts,
Hey,
your breakdown of this game.
I texted you during the game.
Yeah.
During the Clemson Notre Dame game wasn't much. Clemson demolished them.
Duh.
Okay, but I kind of told you that. If there was gonna be a game, no, I didn't. Let me be fair. I said that out of the two, this would have been the closer game to me because it felt like they were maybe a little more able to match up with one another than anyone else.
Nope.
No. Yeah. Clemson is man, Clemson dominated that game.
So every time the Irish are put in this situation, they choke. They choke and they fail miserably. They get blown out. So do you think they will put this in more consideration next go around? Like,
No.
we put them in this position when it comes to a 4 seed. Do we put a 2-loss Georgia team in when we know that might be more competitive, or a 2-loss Ohio State team that might be more competitive than an undefeated Notre Dame team who didn't really play anybody? They got Michigan. That Michigan win in the first week. They didn't really, do much. And then when we put them in that position, they always fold. They always fold.
Well,
Can you put that in your thinking when you rank people?
you're not supposed to, but will it be there? Probably, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to consider what you see in the current year when it happens. That's how you're supposed to approach this. Now, I would if it were me, but they don't pay me $3 million, to be honest with you. I would consider that Notre Dame, the tough thing against them, it's always been they don't play in the conference. So yes, there are years when that's a tough schedule because there are years when USC's good, when Boston College is a real trap game, when Michigan State's good, there are years when that schedule has them every week to every other week having to play a tough team.
Mm-hmm.
This year that wasn't the case, but they did win in a way that suggested they were a good football team. But yes, I would consider it. It's not supposed to be in theory. It's not supposed to be considered. It's supposed to be current. What do you see? What do you think? But you're right. They have failed miserably every single time they've been put in this predicament. But some of those tweets going out from other people on other teams during that game suggested that they felt strongly that they belonged in that game. And neither one of those teams won either. A la Georgia and Ohio State. Well, Ohio State ended up winning, but a la Georgia. My man from Georgia was talking mad trash on Twitter, and they lost.
The eyes emoji.
To the Texas Longhorns, Yolanda. Congratulations to the Texas Longhorns for proving everybody wrong and winning a 10th game this year.
That Longhorn almost killed that Bulldog.
He
See that?
sure did.
He almost stopped that Bulldog
He
down.
sure did. That would have been horrible.
That was the
television.
fastest move I ever seen the Bulldog bust.
Right, because that Bulldog never moves that fast. Yes, Bebo almost took him out. Oh my God.
I
You're
mean,
welcome, Yolanda.
okay, yeah, it's Notre Dame. They shouldn't be there. I don't like that. I don't want to see their faces.
Yeah,
But
it's tough, man. But it's also tough too because do you really want to see a rematch? That 1-4 game is usually a rematch of either the SEC championship game
for the
or
third time.
or there's usually a Big Ten team at like 2 or 3, and you're debating on whether or not that other Big Ten team that lost in the Ohio State Michigan game should be there because that's usually the debate.
Well, here's the thing now, because now we're, like I said before in the text message, if somebody craps the bed, it's going to open up the whole thing. You need to expand it. You got to expand it. because now this is the same title game that we've had before,
Right.
over and over again. They're going to be preseason ranked 1 and 2 again next year, so you're going to get them again, at least in the playoffs. If they run the table or a one-loss Alabama automatically gets in no matter what, as long as they're SEC championship. We're going to see the same two teams. Dabo and Nick are not going anywhere.
Right.
So they're automatically in there. So you throw some other two piranha, some chum in there, let them get ate up, and then it's them two again all over again. Add some more teams. That's the only way that we are going to get parity. But it's not going to happen anytime soon.
I don't think we're gonna get parity that way. I mean, I think I want to see 6, but I don't think we're gonna get parity until people catch up with Clemson and Alabama. I think even if you expand it right now, current
More
state,
blowouts.
it's Clemson and Alabama still.
Mm.
I think will you see, like, let's say you go 6 games, right? I'm sorry, Cedric, you're right. Ohio State only lost once this year, but you lost to Purdue. Let's say you go 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you give the top 2 seeds a bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so what do you have? Clemson and Alabama sitting there waiting to play the winners of the next 2 games. And what's going to happen?
They bang on them.
Exactly. So and which is hard to say, is it recruiting? Is it really just the coaching? Is it the system? What is it? But until some of these other teams catch up, I don't know. Because honestly, if you put Ohio State there, Alabama would have handled them. I don't believe that. I think the only team that you think might have a chance because you've seen it is Georgia, but they can't hang on to a 2-touchdown lead, and they had that twice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who you put in that 4 spot this year that you feel like is going to have a chance. And I'm not hating on Ohio
The
State.
real champions, UCF.
Yeah. Oh well, they got trolled. They lost too, so they got trolled, and that didn't go well. That was bad when they lost.
That
Too.
was
My man
bad.
held up the dry erase board.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I knew that was gonna happen because they lost their quarterback.
it just seems like there's nothing we can do for college. Like, we got stuck with the VCS for so long. Like, people are missing it from a fragment of a point. Now we finally get this playoff, and now that's flawed. But is it really flawed, or is it's just 2 dominant teams, and there's nobody that can chip away at it?
There's no perfect way to do this. I don't think any way you set up makes it
16-man round robin tournament.
doesn't matter.
Losers bracket. This is football all
Yeah.
until March.
It doesn't matter. I think I heard somebody say, well, you can argue that any given, Saturday something could happen because these are still 18 and 22-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to get them up to play. Well, I'm telling you, Dabo and Saban don't seem to have issues getting their guys ready to go. And until everybody else catches up, I don't see anything. Cedric's Ruben called them UFC instead of UCF. And Cedric says, but the revenge tour was canceled. Yes, it was. It ended in Columbus. Thank you. I am wearing my Michigan football gear tonight,
The
but
relevance.
not in honor of Michigan football. It's
Michigan
actually
basketball.
in honor
There
of
you
Michigan basketball.
There you go. Just find a way.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2 in the country, baby.
Alabama and Oklahoma played.
Yes.
The score would make it seem like it was a close game.
Yeah.
The score would make it look like it was somewhat of a battle, but it was really just Oklahoma just trying to put up points in the garbage time and just trying to make it look right. It was like 21-0. I was like, okay.
At the end of the first quarter,
Yeah.
it was in Madden rules. That game was over with.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
the
end of the first
skunk.
quarter.
That's the skunk. Put the sticks down and hand it to somebody
Yeah,
else.
and I texted you too because I was like, and I texted you and said roll tide, and you were still optimistic though at that
Yeah.
point. A lot of football
A lot
left,
of folks, Angels in outfield. It can happen.
but and they did make a little run, but yeah, man, Alabama just. But again, what did we say? Defense. That was the one thing I
Yeah.
could not trust about Oklahoma.
Every time they got the
Y'all
ball,
can
they
score.
scored.
Bro, that
scored.
defense is.
They scored. Every time they got the ball, they scored. Yeah. But, I mean, that coach, Lincoln has solidified himself as he got him there. So that's going to give him 5 more years.
And he
A
just
good
got
favor.
He just got re-upped.
There
So
you
he's
go.
not going to the NFL as of today.
Dang.
Yep.
Poor Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. Cedric says, remember, Ohio State beat Alabama in the first playoff. It has nothing to do with this year. Sorry. That does not. What does that justify for you? That we should expand it? That Ohio State should have been in this year? Because it's
Anybody
not the
can
same
beat
team.
Anybody.
I don't know. Alabama looks like Alabama again, and there we go.
Yeah, I think Dabo is the coach is a coach of this era and understands the kids on
He
his
understands
team.
them, yep.
And Saban evolves. He understands what the next evolution is before everybody else.
Yep.
So you just got two really good teams, two really good head coaches, two really great programs, and they just know how to evolve with the times. Until everybody gets on the same page, it's gonna be rough. And also, for Alabama's sake, they have a built-in mulligan because they play in the SEC.
Mm.
Like, even if they lose a game, as long as it's early in the season,
Yeah.
they can get right back where they just because
Yeah.
of the conference that they play.
Alabama has to be a 2-loss team to not be in
Yeah,
right now.
and not conference champion.
Yeah, I think they could lose a game and lose the conference championship and be out.
2 losses and not conference champion.
Yeah, no. I think 1 loss in conference champ they're still in.
Yeah,
I think if they lose during the season and then lose the conference championship game as
Yeah.
well, I think you could find them on the outside looking in. I think if they lose during the season and they don't make it to their championship game, I think you could find them outside looking in because they might lose to a team that comes out of the West that is the tiebreaker, like
Yeah.
a LSU,
yeah,
and then they don't find a way in. So there's ways. I mean, think about it. A couple years ago, Pitt got Clemson. So I mean, there's ways. It happens, but until everybody else catches up, I think we're looking at the same situation. I don't agree that Ohio State should have been number 4. And Clemson might be able to get them, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Even though I thought you already said Clemson was going to lose by 3 touchdowns, Ruben.
Ooh.
Are you waffling?
No, it's just we made a prediction. It didn't happen, so you got to go with what's happening now. So what's happening now is Clemson versus Alabama. We still get to make a prediction, even though this wasn't the finals that we predicted.
But he just said earlier in the comments, Bama's going to win by 3 touchdowns. Were you not talking about the Clemson game?
I don't know.
Or are you referring to a previous game?
I can't see
Ruben,
the comments.
clear that up for us.
I can't see the cameras. I'm trying to help you, kids. So
So Monday night,
Monday night is the end of college football.
I'm excited for the Dr. Pepper commercial. I want to see what happens. Who stole? Okay, sorry.
Those was cable problems. Cable television. You get to know the commercial chains.
Cable problems. Okay.
All right, so we got it again.
Clemson, Bama.
Clemson, Bama. Who you got? I mean, 2 good quarterbacks. Tua versus Lawrence. You would say 2 good defenses, but once again, my man is suspended again for now a positive
Clemson?
B test.
Yeah.
So he definitely did something wrong. You can't say, "Oh, it was a bad sample." No, A and B both were bad.
Yeah. Both samples
both,
are wrong.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a battle. I think Tua definitely showed his passion, like this. He put on a show against Oklahoma. Now, is it easy to put on a show against Oklahoma?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, but like he did a great job, and then Lawrence also did a good job as well, filling in, showing that he's just not just a game manager. He's actually in there controlling that offense. So I like it, and Dabo has shown that he can take a young quarterback and put him in a good system and have a good game plan. And for these guys matching up against each other again as coaches, like you got to know what the other guy's going to adjust. We're clashing again. What are they going to do? Are they going to stick to what they do? Are they going to add a wrinkle? Who adds the first wrinkle? Who can run the ball? So it's going to be a lot to watch within the matchup. How do you see the game going?
Well, you just pointed out everything. I think the one thing I would add to that is I'm really actually interested to see who schemes this defensively the best.
Mm-hmm.
You have literally 2 of the best, if not arguably maybe the greatest defensive minds in the history of college football in Venerables from Clemson and Saban, even though his defense is coached by his D coordinator. Saban's the mastermind behind that. He's a defensive-minded guy. He's always been that type of guy throughout his tenure as coaching throughout college football.
Mm-hmm.
And the saying goes in college football like it does in the NFL. You give Belichick 2 weeks to prepare for you, it's tough. You give Saban some time to prepare, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
When you've played this guy 3 times already,
Yep.
it's tough. So you got a freshman quarterback in Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
and you got Tua, who's still young, but clearly talented and is capable. But the thing that I find interesting is Clemson's not scared of Bama.
No.
Clemson's beaten Bama before.
And
They know they can.
that's their coach's swagger. Just
Yes.
tripped on them.
So I think this is going to be a little bit of a defensive battle because
Ooh.
I think both coaches can come up with a scheme in order to help keep their defenses, safe and keep
Yeah.
their teams in the game.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence will have his moments. I think Tua's going to have his moments. But I think I don't think this game is going to get over, going to get into the 30s at all. I think it's going to stay in the 20s. And I think it's going to be close. I'm hoping it's close because these are clearly the two best teams in college football.
Yep.
And I don't think that they're separated by a lot. I
You don't
this
want
is
them
not,
to be separated by a
you
lot.
really don't. Because it gives no hope to the rest of us. If Bama
No.
dominates in this game, it
Yeah.
gives no hope to the rest of us.
Yep.
Brian predicted 3-touchdown win by Bama. Cedric says roll tide. Ruben says he thinks Clemson can get him. And I'm going to say, I agree.
Ooh.
Clemson, 27-24.
Ooh. That's not where I thought you was going.
Clemson,
You pulled me. You put an okie doke on me.
27.
Because I was gonna agree with you that Alabama was gonna win.
No, Clemson. Because I don't think, even though we just saw what Alabama did to Oklahoma, okay? Thank you, Jay Hill. Love you too. Sorry for Michigan. We all are. We're all good. I don't think this is Bama of past years Bama where they are that dominant team. I think there are some holes, and I do think Clemson's that good. And even though the defensive tackle is not playing for Clemson, and that defensive tackle from Alabama is a beast, I still think that D-line is a force to be reckoned with. And so I think this is going to be just one of those matchups. And I think Clemson stays around long enough. And because there are some holes, if you notice, Alabama made some mistakes. They were up by 3 touchdowns, but they did make some mistakes, and Saban was really frustrated.
Yeah.
So this team isn't perfection like they've been in the past, and I think that's enough for Clemson to sneak this one out. And I think by this time, next week when we're talking about this, we'll be talking about a Clemson win, 27-24.
You trust the true freshman to go win a national championship?
I don't trust the true freshman to go win a national championship. I trust Dabo Swinney to game plan. And I trust Venerables to have a good defensive setup. The guy's a pro. He puts a lot of people in the NFL. That defense has been good for years. So I think his scheme works just a little bit more than Saban's does. And Clemson wins it 27-24.
Oh, man. I thought we was finally going to be on one accord. But I can't rock with you. I can't.
I'm surprised.
I
How
can't
can
pick
you not
against them
stick with
twice
them?
in a row.
Oh, okay.
I can't do that. That's just poor taste.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got to go with Alabama. Plus, I do think the true freshman is going to struggle. As much as I like Lawrence, I love the kid. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think he's going to be a great NFL quarterback. But Tua the boy can sling the rock. And I think he's going to have all day. So I'm going to go with Alabama for a simple fact that I think Tua will be upright the whole game. And he'll be able to make his reads and make the right throw. That's a guy who, his football IQ has been on display all season.
He's really good.
So you got to go with your best player, and if your best player is your quarterback, that's you got money in the bank. So I'll go with it. I do like your prediction of a low-scoring game in college football standards. Well, in their standards, low-scoring game is the 20s and or high 30s compared to the 40s and 50s. But I'm going to go with the demoralizing victory. I'm going to go Alabama. Let's say Alabama 31.
I knew you were going to say 31.
Let's go Clemson 17.
I knew you were right. I knew it. I can feel it. I can feel that score coming. Okay.
So, yeah, it's just and just to add more fuel to the flames of just more parity. But it's not gonna happen because they're the juggernaut. They're They're the evil empire. People love to hate them.
Spoke about the man that didn't believe in him just a week ago.
I didn't.
About a week ago.
I trusted the Heisman Trophy hype of the man that could sling the rock as well.
Sure.
I thought it was going to be all offense, but hey, who would have thought the defensive coordinator didn't pick defense? Because they have no defense.
Sir, they have no defense.
So I'm not going to make that mistake twice. So I'm going to go ahead and lay my chips on the safe bet, which is Alabama.
All right, so you heard it. You got Bama, I got Clemson.
Yeah.
31-17. I got Clemson 27-24.
I think that's the first. Did we pick? I think. That's
Well,
the
we
first
didn't
time
agree
we picked.
last week.
Well, no, I'm talking about the last three.
Oh yeah, I think we agreed. I think there was one in there.
The first one we agreed it was Alabama.
Yeah, I think there was one in there where we didn't. I think last time Alabama Clemson played in that semi.
I picked Clemson. You picked Alabama.
Yeah, I still picked Alabama.
So we got to break this tie.
Yeah, so yeah, I got Clemson this week. Let us know what you think. So, who do you think's gonna win? What's your score? Tell us in our live feed. Comment.
Yep.
Again, let everybody know we are live right now. You're listening to the Academy Sports Podcast on AudioWaveNetwork.com and Facebook Live and YouTube. So you can find us in many different places, and we are there on all of your, what would they call those? All of your media platforms.
There you go.
Yeah.
Find that word.
Media platforms. I like that. So welcome everybody that's joining us. We just wrapped up the college football playoff. National championship game coming up this Monday, and it is Clemson versus Alabama. We made our picks. Yolanda just picked Bama for the win. I'm going with Clemson 27-24, and Dre is going with Bama 31-17. Cedric just chimed in. Bama 44-21. That is extremely disrespectful.
Yikes.
Man, that's disrespectful. Wow. Okay. Hey,
He said, man, that's
That's-
disrespectful.
it's your prediction. It belongs to you. We do hold you accountable. All right. Next week we will discuss it and see who was right and see who was wrong. Let's see. Hey, Jen, thanks for joining. She says, I hate sports, but I'm here. Ruben has Clemson winning at 34-28. Ruben's with me on this one. All right. So we'll see. This is going to be fun. I hope it's a good game, though. I do. I do hope.
College football sake, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Just to see the world burn.
Drew, appreciate it, Drew. Class of '97. Check it out last week. All right, so is it? It's time.
Top five.
Oh, top five. Oh,
Top
yes.
Five.
So-
Before we get to the professionals.
Yeah. So if you don't know on the show, just because it's seasonal, we got to make sure we have stuff to talk about. Every week we alternate between our top five. So, and it could be any top five. So this week's my week to do top five. And this is, of course, opinionated. You're picking what you think. I think last week you did what?
Trimming those hedges.
Right. Last week you did top five.
I did top five, something like teams that need to blow it up.
Yeah, top five teams to blow it up. Brian just commented, Bama 28, Clemson 7. Man, all right, this could be real good. Y'all got some good. Crazy predictions.
World-burning predictions.
Yes. All right. So here's my top five, and feel free to comment. This week's top five is top five quarterbacks that are currently in the playoffs. The top five quarterbacks of all the quarterbacks that are in the playoffs right now. So there are 12 quarterbacks in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
This is a 12-team race.
All right.
All right.
I'm just trying to see how safe that
This is my top five. I guess every week there's a safety level we venture into. So I don't know.
All right,
We'll see.
I'll rock with it. Let's go.
Yes, Ruben, we will talk NBA next week because college football playoffs will be out. It will be all NBA and NFL playoffs in the weeks to follow. So there are 12 teams currently in the playoffs right now, in the NFL playoffs, starting this weekend with Wild Card Weekend. And
Yeah.
I'm listing my top five quarterbacks currently.
There's no list of quarterbacking that will have Tom Brady at number 5 of any category. Ever.
Currently playing
Currently playing.
right now
Yes.
in the play. Do you understand? This is based on this year.
Yes.
He has not been playing Tom Brady.
Are they
year.
playing this weekend? No. Some quarterbacks on your list playing this weekend? Yes.
Yes.
Come on now.
But sir,
Come on now. You
That's
disrespectful.
not disrespectful.
He's sitting at home chilling in his Uggs.
And that's
you got.
it's not because of his doing,
Oh,
sir.
man.
It's because
Who else? Is it the
it's,
defense?
It's because there are some other teams
It's
that
because
didn't
he
take
carried
advantage.
them. He carried
He
them
didn't
like
take
he did.
advantage.
He put them on their 40-year-old back and carried them to a second seed to a first week bye.
They definitely
Chilling
fell
on.
into the second
He's
seed.
chilling in his Uggs
Yeah,
with
like
his
my-
supermodel wife.
Fall into.
Chilling.
They fell into the second season.
You disrespectful.
They did not
You
get the second
disrespectful.
seed.
You disrespectful.
So what happened to my?
So what
list
did they
being
happen?
safe?
How did they didn't get it?
What happened to my list being safe?
Whatever, bro. You just wanted to get a rise out of me. I won't let you do it.
You're already risen, sir. You've already risen.
I won't let you do it to me.
Well, you've already risen. Thank you. At number 4, and the rest of the list is just gonna piss you off even more. But at number 4, let's see what you got, Drew. Drew says Breeze, Brady, Mahomes. Okay, I got Brady at 5. At number 4, I got Jared Goff. Jared Goff is slinging it this year. The only issue Jared Goff has had is his offensive line can't keep him upright. He has looked better to me this year, currently, as we're going into the playoffs, than Tom Brady has. Tom Brady's seeing ghosts, bro. Tom Brady's missing throws. You just don't want to admit it because you're a Tom Brady fan. Jared spinning it well. The question mark won't be for me this playoffs. Will they be able to score? It'll be can they protect him?
Oh my God, sir. Who is the MVP of the Los Angeles Rams right now? Is it Jared Goff? No, it's Todd Gurley.
We're not talking about running backs, sir.
And who else is carrying that team? Who else? Aaron Donald. Who else is carrying that team? Who else? Sean McVay. Jared Goff is the 4th reason why they're good.
And we're still talking about
Come on
quarterbacks.
now.
We're talking about quarterbacks.
He's not even the best part of the
We're
team.
talking about quarterbacks.
You talk about being carried.
No.
He's being carried.
The New England Patriots fell into. the
He's
second
being he's being carried into the playoffs. Jared Goff getting carried.
You're saying that Jared Goff's not a major reason as to why this team is
I just
scoring
gave
at
you
a
3
record pace this year?
I just gave you 3 better
Is that what you're
reasons than
saying?
Jared Goff.
Did you see the Kansas City LA game?
I just gave you 3 better
Did you
reasons
see
than
it?
Jared Goff.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I
spinning
saw it.
Okay,
I saw it.
look loud.
And
Cedric,
Sean McVay made the plays.
Cedric says Wilson, Breeze, Brady, Mahomes, Prescott.
Ooh.
Quarter.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Prescott's on your list? Prescott's on your list? I don't know. Prescott.
Ooh.
Prescott's not playing well.
Ooh.
He's not top 5. Let's see. Oh, wait,
Mm.
hold on. This is a good list.
Mm.
Look at the generating comments of my list, sir.
Mm.
Brian says Golf, Breeze, Luck, Mahomes, Brady at number 1. There you go. You got a supporter right there.
No, bro. No, your list is so flawed right
My
now.
list is not
So flawed.
Look
You
at the
have
stats.
Jared Goff on your list.
Do we need to put
Look,
up the stats?
First of all,
Okay, let's
first
put it.
of all,
No,
we
don't put
know.
up the stats.
No, first of all, we know you got 2 other obvious people on the list right now. So that leaves one spot. That leaves one spot that only Russell Wilson and Andrew Luck can get on. That's you left one of those 2 guys off your list for Jared Goff.
Actually,
I just want you to know.
I left both of those guys off my list.
Oh!
I left both of those guys off my list, sir. Oh, come on, don't mess up the technology of the moment. Look at you.
Ah!
Listen, this is the first time in the first time in Academy Sports history I've gotten this much of a rise out of you. Where you're on the phone now.
Oh my God! Please,
At number 3,
please.
this is your
Put the
guy.
hand over the face emojis.
This is
in
your
the
guy.
comments.
Number 3, Phillip Rivers. This is your guy right here. This is your guy. This is the guy you believe in. This is 3 interception guy. But I have to come to grips with the fact
You called it.
I have to come to grips with the fact that the guy's playing really well right now. He's playing really, really well. Well enough to take that team to a 10-3 record. They're in the playoffs, or 10 is it? No, it's 10 and whatever. They're good. 13-3, whatever. They're the 5th seed, but they went into Kansas City and they've already won. And they're winning games this year that they would lose in the past. So he's definitely slinging it well also. And then my top 2, they're the obvious choices. But Russell is not on this list, okay? Russell's playing well, but that defense in the running game is really carrying them. Pat Mahomes
You have the
and Drew
nerve.
Brees.
You have the
Hey, this is my
call.
list. This is my
To
list.
say he's being carried.
Sir.
Ooh. Finish.
Number 2 is, as I just stated, Drew Brees. Number 1, Pat Mahomes. And that's my top 5. Going into the playoffs. The top 5 quarterbacks going into the playoffs.
You have Jared
Based on
Goff
how this
over
plays.
Russell Wilson.
I do. Yes.
And Russell Wilson was carried compared to Jared Goff.
Russell Wilson,
Compared to
that team is not winning. That team's winning with their defense and their running game. Russell Wilson is being more of a game manager than Jared Goff is, right?
Bro.
Jared Goff.
What?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Jared Goff.
What? You don't
is-
even believe what you're saying.
Throw
You
your
don't
ball
believe. You
downfield.
don't believe what you're saying right now. You don't believe what you're saying
What
right
are you
now.
talking about?
You don't believe what you're saying. If you take Jared Goff and insert anybody else on that team, they still go win because they got an epic defense. They still got.
Whoa.
They still got.
They
Aaron
have
Donald,
an
who had
epic-
20
sir,
sacks this year.
They
Still
have an
had
epic
Todd Gurley
defensive
and the
tackle.
best coach in the league. Compared to if you take Russell Wilson off the Seahawks, they're garbo.
If you
They're
take-
not even sniffing it.
Sir.
Mind you, they had to
You're
play the
giving-
Rams twice just to make it in there
You're
because they're in the
giving
same
them-
division.
You're giving them too much. You're giving the Rams too much credit for defense. They have the defensive tackle. Okay, he's epic. That defense has been porous at times. So don't give me that about it's their defense.
I'm hot.
That defense has been porous at times.
I'm hot.
They can't even sack the quarterback sometimes.
I'm hot.
They need Aaron Donald to make a
Says
play.
the man who has 20 sacks in the season.
Exactly. They need him to make a play. That defense isn't carrying them. They're outscoring everybody. When they lose, it's because they don't score.
Fantasy draft right now. Jared Goff, Russell Wilson. Who you taking?
I'm taking Goff because fantasy draft, I'm picking the team around him too.
No.
Yes,
that's
I'm
not the
about-
fantasy
Yes,
draft.
I have to think about who he's going to throw it to as well. When I pick a quarterback, I'm not going to pick Russell Wilson over Jared Goff because one, I know Seattle's not going to throw it as much as
Who's Jared
as
Goff
the
throwing
Rams.
it to? Brandon Cooks, right?
Why is that a problem?
legit wide receiver, right? Who the hell is Russell Wilson throwing the ball to?
Doug Baldwin's not a legitimate wide receiver,
Hasn't played all season.
sir. He
Hasn't
has
played all season.
He has
Hasn't played. He played 3 games all year.
He just played. He's back now.
Come on now.
And Russell is
Who's he
looking a lot
throwing
better.
to? Who is he throwing to?
He's throwing the Lockett. Lockett's a deep threat, and that furthermore points out they run the ball. They run the ball a lot.
Who's their star runner?
You don't even know,
Exactly. Exactly.
but they run the ball really well.
Oh my god. Oh, buddy. This is crazy.
They
man.
run it really well.
This is
don't they?
crazy. This
I
is
think
crazy.
they're one of the top rushing
I
teams
think-
in the league, aren't they?
I think you just made this list to piss me off. that's what I think.
No, I
Because
didn't do
I can't sit here doing a show with you. I can't think that you actually come up with this list and actually thought everything out
When I made the list, I definitely knew it was controversial.
and you thought out everything and you watched
Yes.
all the stats and seen all the games.
When
and you
I made
still-
this list-
you still came here with this. I'm not even tripping on Phillip Rivers. I like Phillip Rivers, but Jared Goff.
Sir, when I
made
made
the
this
list over Russell Wilson. And you can even make Jared Goff over Andrew Luck. But I don't think Luck came all the way back this year. So, he had to play in to get in. So I think Luck's still a year away. But Russell Wilson versus Jared Goff is a no-brainer in anybody's realm of possibility.
Okay, let's talk. Let's get to the numbers then.
Oh, my God.
Jared Goff.
It's
All right.
protected
Jared
by Sean McVay, Cooper Kupp,
Oh, see,
Brandon Cooks, Todd Gurley, and the defense of the Los Angeles Rams, anchored by the defensive player of the year. That's who.
Jared
You
Goff.
better I'll put
The
Mitchell
defensive
Trubisky
player
in
of the
there.
year does not impact Jared Goff
How?
throwing for 4,688
How?
yards.
When you get the ball every down because every team's
Sir.
going to figure it out because Aaron Donald's sacking everybody.
Have you watched
How
the
does
Rams?
the defense not help the offense?
Have you watched the Rams, bro?
Come on.
Have you
man.
watched the Rams?
Come on.
Aaron Donald has 20 sacks. Have you watched their secondary?
Come on, man.
Have you watched them?
First
they
of
give
all-
up points every week, sir.
First of
Their
all,
defense isn't strong like that.
First of
Nobody
all-
trusts their defense.
first of all,
Did you see what New Orleans did to them?
First of all,
Nobody trusts their defense, sir.
First of all, Aqib Talib has been hurt all year. Okay, the anchor in the secondary. So for him to get those
Peters
20
hasn't been hurt.
yeah, Peters has been a bust this year.
Oh, okay. So,
But
wait, he's a bust? I thought that defense was out of this world.
it is out of
It's
this
not.
world.
They
That
have-
front seven is out of this world.
They have a good D tackle. But no, let's go to the numbers, though. Let's get the numbers out. We have
Yeah.
to get the numbers out.
overblown,
Well,
bro.
the numbers are overblown because of the D tackle.
Overblown.
Right.
There's not one person
Jared Goff.
in your chat who would choose Jared Goff over Russell Wilson.
Sir, I don't care.
There's
This is
not
my
one
top five.
person.
It's my top five.
There's not one person.
Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson, do you know how many yards Russell's thrown for? 3,400 yards. Completion percentage of 65.6%. Jared Goff, completion percentage 64.9, but he's thrown for 4,688 yards.
Yeah, okay. You know why? Because they suck in for the play action because he has a Hall of Fame running back. That's why. That's why. So when you got everybody moving up against running back, of course you can throw it over the top
Jared
of
Goff
people.
averages more yards per attempt
There's
than
a-
Russell does.
Bro, he has the better team. He has the better team, but he is not the better quarterback.
Okay. I'm not saying overall better quarterback. This is my top, let me be clear, everyone. Top 5 quarterbacks currently right now going into the playoffs.
That's the same thing.
That's what I'm
That
saying
is the
is
same thing.
playing right now. Playing right now.
Exactly. That we're saying the same thing.
No, I'm not saying overall better player year after year. We're talking about
I'm not
today.
talking. I'm talking about today.
Oh, okay.
Today,
I'm
Russell
going-
Wilson's better than Jared Goff.
Russell could be number 6. He could be 5A.
Yeah, behind Tom Brady. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Notice, not a lot of people have
Get
Brady
outta
on
here.
their list either.
Get out of here.
You got
Everybody had Brady on
Not
their list.
everybody. Ruben doesn't have Brady on his list.
Get out of here, bro.
Because everybody knows Brady ain't looking his best.
Everybody got Russell Wilson on their list. Everybody don't got Jared Goff on their list.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you agree with me or not.
So it don't
It's
matter.
my
So what
list.
you brought it up.
It's my list.
You just brought it up for
You
me.
brought it up
So
first.
I can't bring it up for
You
you.
brought it up first.
So for me, it's a
You
fact, but for
pointed
you, it
out
don't matter.
First, you
Okay.
pointed out
I'm
first.
sorry. Keep back.
You pointed it out first.
It's a non-factor when it's you.
No, it doesn't matter. It's my list.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But for me,
Doesn't matter. Brady is top 3. What though, Kobe? You just joined. He's top 3.
come on, bro. Now you're gonna disrespect the viewers. You're gonna disrespect.
See, he said overall. We're not talking about overall.
You're gonna disrespect.
We're
the
talking
viewers.
about currently right now, just going.
That
into the
means
playoffs.
overall.
No.
That means you put 12 quarterbacks in a bucket, and you're saying
currently right now.
right now,
Yes.
who's the best quarterbacks in those buckets?
Going in this
he's
year,
tell-
going into the
and he's
playoffs.
telling you in that bucket,
This
Brady is the top 3 quarterback.
this year going into the playoffs.
Yes.
Because not all time.
Are the Patriots playing this week? What time are they
Yeah,
playing?
they stumbled. In.
What time are they playing? They stumbled into a number 2 seed in the overall bye. What time do they
They
play
were
this
just
week?
a 4 seed. If Pittsburgh doesn't screw the pooch,
Oh, if this,
the AFC is different. But
if this,
it is
I
what
never
it is.
seen you be an iffy guy. You never was the if kind of guy.
Yeah, the
You
Patriots.
throwing out the ifs now to make your case.
Listen, the Patriots
The
just
ifs
aren't
wor-
that Patriots.
The ifs work for you now. 'cause it's your case.
I'm not talking about the Patriots this week. We'll talk about them next week.
Exactly, because
You're not
Tom
gonna-
Brady ain't playing this
You're
week.
not gonna, and that doesn't make him in
Tom
the
Brady
top
not
5.
Tom Brady not playing this
That
week.
doesn't make him a top 3 QB going into the playoffs right now. That's not what puts him there. Let's look at his stats. Let me guess. Oops, his team isn't as good. All right,
His team ain't that good, and he still got the second overall
okay. Yeah.
spot and a bye.
They're the number 2 seed because somebody else didn't take advantage of the opportunity.
It just don't look good for you. It don't wear right on you. I don't like it. It don't wear right. Just come back different next week.
This is good. I don't have to do a top 5 for another 2 weeks. This is good. This is one of the better top 5.
Can we move on, please?
Oh yeah, you're the one that keeps arguing with me. I'm done. I've stated my top 5.
But you're wrong.
I
So I just have to let you know
presented my
that.
statistics.
And everybody agrees with me that you're wrong. So I just want you to know that.
No one said I'm wrong.
I
They
want
just
you to
giving
know
their
that.
opinion.
I want you to know that.
Yes, Kobe, that division is garbage. The AFC East is always garbage.
Just want you to know that you're
I'm just
wrong.
commenting on what the
I
comments.
just want you to know you're wrong.
Hey, that's your opinion. It's my top 5
I just
list.
want you to know you're wrong.
Okay,
Okay?
we move on whenever you're ready.
Just disrespectful.
You got really pumped up there.
Well, one
And
thing
normally I can't do that to you.
is not debatable is that Antonio Brown isn't a top 5 wide receiver.
That's not debatable.
It's not debatable.
No.
Your boy AB is tripping.
He's definitely tripping.
Not showing up to meetings, not showing up to
man.
practice, missing the last
The
game of the
week of
year,
a game that you have to win too.
just because he feels disrespected in some
Oh,
sort of way, some
God.
type of way. So now they're saying, cut him, trade him, get rid of him, cut bait. The triple Bs are over, no bail, cut Brown. He's going to be 31 next year. There's only been 3 wide receivers that scored that had 100 catches and 1,000 yards, and that's Jerry Rice. I forgot the other guys, but and he's the second highest paid wide receiver in the league. Do you cut bait with AB? Do you shop him, or do you let him go on
Man,
and be a Steeler
listen,
for life?
there's only 3 because those guys are special and he's special. You can't cut bait with him. I mean, you can't. No, you can't cut. I get why, kind of sort of why it happened with Le'Veon because the position and all the things that happen with the running back and the wear and tear.
Okay.
But the receiver, he's out and about. He doesn't get hit as much. A lot of running routes, beat blocks, things like that. This guy's a game changer. Now, is he a prima donna? Yes. This dude's an old school receiver when it comes to me. Like they say the old school guys, the Chris Carters, the Jerry Rices, the Terrell Owens, those guys are the atypical, it's all about me. When the ball should come to me every single time.
Yeah.
That's his style. But the dude catches 100 balls and scores 10 to 15 touchdowns a year. He's worth every penny. He's almost unguardable. Okay, he can catch it. You know he can catch it. You know he's gonna catch
Is he
it.
worth the headache?
Yes, he is. He's worth the headache, but I think you have to. Somebody's got to say something though. Like I think we heard it on the radio coming in. The one big issue here is Tomlin never reined it in. Like he never addressed it. Tomlin's a very, upfront, hey, we're just going to handle this.
I talked to him off to the side.
Yeah, and that's letting him do what he's doing. But I think you got to get that under control because he's clearly in a place where he feels like he can do whatever he wants to do. When a guy puts himself first over the team, we've gone too far. And that's what he did in that last week. Now they still got the dub and they almost got in, but he really put himself in it's a bad look for AB.
Yeah.
But I think Tomlin's got to rein it in. Now, if you can't rein it in, Tomlin, then talk to management and say, hey, he's too far gone. We got to shop him.
Mm-hmm.
If you can rein it in, then it needs to be reined in. I really think that's where it is. This dude's a prima donna, but he's worth having on your football
To me,
team.
it's like, where did it come from? Like, it just seems like these last 2 years, his head has just got huge all of a sudden. Like, he got paid, and it was just like,
it just blew up.
I'm the best. And,
Yeah.
like, it's just, it really came out of nowhere. And it's
Because
disappointing.
he seemed like a humble guy.
Yeah, it's very disappointing because it seems like the dude works extremely hard.
Yes.
If you follow him on anything, he works extremely hard. So it's somebody that you would love to root for.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he just became an ass.
Yeah.
And where'd that come from? Like, something had to trigger that. Was it the money? Was it the fame? Was it the catches? Was it, a franchise player? Who knows? But
I think he feels some type of way.
Is he threatened by Juju?
I think he feels some type of way about Juju, but I think he feels some type of way possibly about how they handle Le'Veon. He's just not saying it. Because it seems like since Le'Veon started kind of spinning a little off, it all kind of started together. Like Ben had his own issues, and I think there's some animosity there with how Ben gets treated versus how Le'Veon or AB or somebody gets treated. Because Ben's done some pretty dastardly things, and he's pretty much gotten a slap on the wrist. Yeah, he got suspended, things like that, but at the end of the day, he didn't get the treatment. He didn't get the media coverage that AB's getting right now, that Le'Veon got. So Kobe says Le'Veon should have gotten paid. Brown should give him what he wants. Brown should give him what he wants and need. The organization. That's debatable. I understand. I think he should have gotten paid too, but I understand why they didn't pay him. But I think there's definitely an issue in that locker room or amongst some of the players. Remember, they also had the flag issue.
Mhm.
You know, so it's just like they almost have those type of issues that championship teams have after they've been like Warrior locker room issues now.
Yeah.
But it's you're right. It's weird because it seems just like it came out of the blue. Like
Yeah.
they were winning, and then all of a sudden everybody just got the big
Just got
head
mad.
and just like
Yeah.
I make rap songs.
And even to the flag thing, referencing the waiver and everything, it just seems like everything's torn.
Yeah.
Like there's
Everything
a-
was division.
There's a set over here, set
Yep.
over here, set over here.
Yep.
Like they're not one cohesive unit.
Yep.
And maybe Tomlin is just showing favoritism to a specific group of people, and he's not wrangling them in as a team.
Yeah.
The Le'Veon thing could also play a part. Like, teammates get close. I don't like the way you're treating my teammate.
Yep.
That could be a thing.
I'm gonna cause problems.
Ben's not a great leader.
Yeah.
So that
that's
could be
been said.
That could be one thing.
Yeah.
But I think everything falls on Tomlin's shoulders for not handling in the beginning, like you said. And for AB for not being a professional. And when I say professional, I'm not saying just do it because we're paying you to do it. I'm saying like at least have respect for if you don't like how Le'Veon was treated for not coming in and all the backlash that he received, what do you think you're gonna get for not going into the last game of the season, not showing up to anything, and getting calls from the owner, head coach, everybody, and you're not responding to anybody's calls, but you show up Sunday think you go play the game.
That looks bad.
You look bad in that.
Bad look.
So that alone, I think it's time to cut bait. He's an older receiver. He makes a lot of money. You might get a first-round draft pick for him. Ben's always waffling, talking about retirement. You don't have to pay Le'Veon Bell. You got a young running back. You got a young wide receiver.
That's true.
It might be time to flip the Steelers.
But do you think they're comfortable enough to think? Do you think that success is going to be had? The level of success they've had. Now, have they underperformed? Yes. Have they not gotten
What's the
to
real level of success?
Well, no, that's
They
what you're
won
saying.
one, they lost one, but that was a long time ago.
But they're a perennial playoff team,
Yeah,
and they're usually a very exciting offensive team to watch.
yeah.
Some of Juju's success probably comes from the fact that AB's on the other side.
Most of it.
So, are you giving up too much by trading him? Because if you trade him, now your back's gone. Yes, you have Connor. Yes, you found something in Samuels. But you let AB out, and yeah, you may get a first rounder, but does that result in another AB? Probably not.
Probably not.
So, is Juju a number one guy? Has Juju balled out? Absolutely. But is he a number one guy? Are you now saying, as a Steeler organization, we're about to become possibly
I think you have
the
to.
third best team in your division?
I think you have to.
Because that's what you're going to do. You're going to take a step down into the middle tier teams.
Yeah.
If you say AB's gone, no matter what you get for him, and you're left with Connor, Juju, and Roethlisberger,
Yeah.
who is 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
You have to, because if you trust Mike Tomlin, you have to trust that he's going to coach this team to a point where they're going to be competitive. Because the same thing was said about John Harbaugh. You stripped away all his talent.
Absolutely.
He didn't have no talent. He had aging linebackers. He had aging quarterback, guy that paid too much money for, got a young rookie, no wide receivers, no running game, and he still got them into the playoffs. He still coached them until a point where they were successful. So you have to trust Mike Tomlin with a stripped-down team with no AB, no Le'Veon Bell, but you still got two good offensive threats. You still got a good line, and if you get what you can get back from AB, a predecessor for Big Ben.
Okay.
You
You present a good
gotta
argument.
trust Tomlin in that. If you don't trust Tomlin, it's an either or. You either trust Tomlin or you want AB. You can't have both.
Yeah, and see, that's a problem for me. I think as an organization, you should be able to say to Tomlin, rein your guy in. Because if you don't, then we'll trade him. But I think we're saying the same thing because I'm saying, hey, Tomlin, if you don't think you can rein him in, he's got to go.
He's gotta go.
Because
He's
it
telling
can't
you
be you or him. You got to keep your job.
Yeah.
He's got to go. If you think he's too far gone, which what he did that last week of the season was that's a major.
That's a big line.
That's locker room
Across the big
apology.
line.
Yeah, you got other professionals coming to work every day, busting their butt for the last game of the season, trying to get in the playoffs, and you weren't there on some bogus stuff. So, I think we're saying the same thing. If it can't get reined in, then yes. but it's hard. If you're that organization, you're saying if you trade him, you're saying we're ready to take a step back. You got the Browns coming on strong,
Yep.
and you got the Ravens, who, to your point, have evolved.
Mhm.
And not only have they evolved, but Harbaugh remade himself as a coach in the sense Harbaugh said, "Okay, this is what I have."
He
They
had to
went.
make the hard
Now they
decisions.
have a number one defense,
Yeah.
and he's gone with the younger
And
quarterback.
now they're gonna flip Flacco.
Yeah, you're right.
For some more stuff.
Yeah, there's no argument that it's tough, but that means, but that's tough for the Steelers, man. That's an organization that's prideful.
Yeah.
They pride themselves on being the best, in that top tier. Man, they've been there a long time. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
You gotta flip it. You gotta do it the right way, but you definitely gotta flip it, especially if you put your wagon up on Tomlin. I don't trust the fact. I don't trust the fact that he can rein up here.
Yeah, well,
You gotta see if Juju got it. If you got it, he got it. You gotta see if Connor got it. If you got it, he got it. And then work off of what you get.
well, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's not getting traded to the Browns.
I want them to have problems. The cryptic IG post from Juice Landry today. Juice Landry posted a picture of him, Le'Veon, and AB, saying everybody better stay woke. I'm just saying.
He's not getting
Cryptic.
traded to the Browns.
It's cryptic.
He's not getting traded.
Maybe he doesn't get.
You got a chance for Le'Veon.
Maybe he doesn't get traded to the Browns, but he plays out his 2 years and he's on the Browns at his third 3-over receiver.
If Le'Veon goes to the Browns, it's a problem. It's a problem.
Cleveland.
It's a problem. I'll give you that. Because he has an open avenue to get to them.
Yes.
But if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm not trading
can't
AB
trade
in the division.
To your rival.
Yeah, that's not
But
happening.
if you're gonna go down, why not just give him to somebody take good care of? No, that's probably a pipe dream. But I'm just saying that was a nice cryptic IG post.
to the NFC
like
North.
Right. Right. No, yeah, tough to say. I get it.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. If they held on to him, I wouldn't be surprised. If they traded him, I wouldn't be surprised.
It'll be disappointing to see if they hold on to him and they can't rein him in, though.
Mm.
Like, I just think it'll feel unnecessary. It'll feel Baker Mayfield, Hugh Douglas. Hugh whatever. Jackson feeling. Like why are we doing this?
Exactly. So it's a D tackle
For the
Philadelphia.
Eagles. It'll just feel wrong. Like, it just feels because he's such a good player. And I just feel like I'd rather see him do what he needs to do.
I don't want to see him go on a TO down slide.
No,
Shane
on the
down
field.
slide, yeah.
No, I don't either.
That's doing too much.
I don't either.
All right, well, we got our matchups this week. A lot of good matchups. One list you could have done was the top young quarterbacks in the playoffs because we got a lot. Pat Mahomes. What?
Thank you. I appreciate your comment about what list I come
It was just a segue. I wasn't taking a shot.
It felt like a shot.
Even though it deserved shots.
You were doing. Hey, listen.
Even though it deserved all the shots it could get.
Listen.
It wasn't a shot.
You were doing.
It was just a segue.
It felt like it could be a shot because you were so upset. So because you were so upset, and I
I
noticed.
wasn't upset when I said it.
You shifted really well. Like, we moved on, and your whole demeanor's changed. But you could have been spinning back. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. So I got to be on my guard.
I think you're still trying to get me riled.
Brian says Bell's going to Miami. Don't do that, Le'Veon. There's too much other stuff down there for you.
Doesn't it seem like people just go to Miami
Just
to
enjoy
go?
Miami.
Yeah,
That's it.
Jeez.
That's it.
All right, we got young quarterbacks. We got Deshaun Watson versus the Colts this week. We got Mr. Mitch Trubisky against the Eagles.
Mitchell.
And we got your man Jackson against the Chargers. Who do you think will perform the best out of those three young quarterbacks?
Who do I think will perform the best?
Yep.
Like, who do I? What now? So is it a who do I trust question, or is it like?
Well, let's go trust. Who do you trust the most in those situations? First playoff game. Most of these guys are on the road. Watson's at home. Trubisky's at home. Jackson's away. So who do you trust in these situations the most? Do you trust Jackson, Lamar Jackson, going in to L.A. to play against the Chargers, against an old, wily veteran, Mr. Three Picks himself?
Yes.
Do you trust Mitchell Trubisky?
Good defense, though.
And his defense will keep him standing up against the Eagles, who fought their way in, the defending
That's a
champs?
dangerous team in Philly.
Or do you trust the AFC South champion Deshaun Watson Texans playing
Number one
against
run
their
defense.
rivals and the Colts against another good quarterback, Andrew Luck?
If I looked at it
Who
as
do you push your chips into?
if I looked at it as who versus who, then I would push my chips in on Deshaun Watson. If I'm looking at it like team versus team, I'm going with Deshaun because I feel like I think the Texans are just better than the Colts. But when I just looked at three quarterbacks, I'm still going Deshaun Watson, and here's why. Deshaun came into the league rookie, balling out, gets injured, right? Comes back from his injury, balls out some more. Sir, like most guys, you come back and you're like, okay, let's find out, is he really what we thought?
I.e. Carson Wentz.
Right? Is he what do we have, right?
Yeah.
Nah, man, balls out some more. Like
Yeah.
what really put me over the top for Deshaun Watson was this. One, he beat Bama. Two, the game against
That's forever in your
right.
resume. I beat Alabama.
Absolutely.
I beat them.
Absolutely. Now the game against just the last geez, who were they playing? They whoever they were playing, they needed a touch. They were trying to lock up the seed.
Oh, he threw that.
He threw the
nice little
touchdown
long
to my
ball.
man in the end zone.
Got the knee
Got
down.
the knee down. Like the way
He
he's
was making
playing,
plays that whole drive. He was
making.
scrambling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the guy I trust the most because he's shown before he gets hurt, then he's come back. He's shown I can lead this team. He's shown big
They still
play.
lost that game.
They did. They ended up losing that game.
That was the Eagles, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, they ended up losing that game. But it was just it was just the way he kind of stood up and did it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there's any young quarterback that's prepared for the pressure of this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
it's him. He gets it at home. He's got a dog and a wide receiver to throw it to,
Mm-hmm.
and DeAndre Hopkins. So I trust him the most out of those three. I can't trust Lamar because Lamar's still suspect throwing the football. Like Lamar misses 3 or 4 throws a game because he's just not there yet.
Yeah, let's say that low ball.
Yeah, he doesn't have that touch yet. The kid's got a future out
his
of
touch
this
is
world.
horrible.
Yeah.
Like I never seen you throw a ball and on its way down it's still coming down like a
Yeah,
little
it's like,
like the nose never comes down.
It's like falling out. Like the bottom falls out.
Yeah, like you
Yep.
throw the ball, the nose never comes down on
Yep.
the trajectory down. It just flays
And the
down.
receiver's like backing, like reaching, but trying to like, oh no.
I've never seen the ball do that
Yes.
before. It's like you just lofted it up there and hope somebody catches
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's like the kid's. Hey, he's doing his thing.
He is.
Running the ball. The RPO is beautiful, but he misses throws, and I think this is one of those weekends where,
Expose him.
yeah,
Expose him!
he can be exposed.
Yeah.
But I mean, the exposure is going to be they're going to blow the box.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland almost got him. They tried
Make
to
him
do
throw
same
the
thing.
ball.
You got to make him throw
You
the
got to
ball.
Tim Tebow him.
Yep. So that's
Blow
why I
the
can't
box,
trust him.
blitz the hell out of him, and make him throw the ball.
Yeah.
Make him make the right read.
And I can't trust Mitchell, but not because of Mitchell. Although I questioned him too. Remember, the kid played for North Carolina. We were like,
Yeah.
who is this guy?
Yeah, he had a rocky first season, but
He's done well.
he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing.
He's not he's game managing plus.
That's what he's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're hurt at the wide receiver position.
Mhm.
Like you don't know who's playing.
Yep.
They have a nice running game, but their defense is superb. So he's more of a game manager. So if I got to trust, I'm putting all my chips in on Deshaun. Please don't let me down, Deshaun. You guys should beat the Colts.
Please don't let me down, Deshaun. I'm with you. I'll go to Deshaun Watson on that question as well because I think it's by default more than trust.
Mhm.
Because the default is I have to trust Lamar Jackson to throw the ball, and I don't. It just the matchup doesn't favor him.
No.
He goes against a good rookie safety in Edwin Jackson, good corner, good linebackers, and Gordon. Bosa plays,
Is Bosa
good then.
playing?
If he plays, you never know,
That
man.
family stays hurt.
Jeez. But and then also Phillip Rivers is a gamer. Like I like the Chargers in this situation where they have to play in the wild card, they're on the road, they gotta scrap.
Yeah, you wouldn't trust him if
I
they
mean
had
not
a
on
week
the road,
off.
but they gotta scrap.
Yeah.
But yeah, with a week off,
Yeah.
the Chargers
It'd be too
usually-
unlike the Chargers. Yeah,
Yeah, the
they
Chargers
their
usually
backs
don't
against the
do
wall
that.
all the time.
I.e. when we get to the Chiefs next week.
Yeah, that
But
that was gonna be fun.
but yeah, I trust the Chargers more in this situation, as I do. I actually like the Eagles to give Trubisky a little trouble because they're the defending champions. You should have some kind of pride in this game going up right now. You should. This should be a defensive battle. This should be like a 6-9 game, where just see who just has the fortitude to take their team down the field. And right now, Nick Foles is. He's doing the thing, and Foles they trust. Like they should print him on the Philadelphia dollar bill, because like he's really been a folk hero for them.
This dude is like
He's like Rocky.
he comes in and they win football games.
They're
like,
chanting his name.
Yeah.
He's got tributes all up in the city.
And they still don't want to keep him.
Yeah, and yeah, because I mean you got a young guy that gave you 11 good games.
I mean, he did, but hey, listen, if he doesn't tear his ACL,
And they
who
came
knows?
back this year and came back doo-doo.
and he probably came back early though
Came
too.
back too soon.
So again, it's like those are those injuries. It's like NBA, right? Wait till after January
Yeah,
you
RG3 though.
you gotta wait till they turns the corner because they were balling against the Rams when he got hurt. So I don't know, but yeah, man, Nick Foles, Philadelphia is probably the scariest. I think Philadelphia in the NFC is the team you don't want to see right now. Like the Ravens are really the team in the AFC that most teams don't want to play because the Ravens, even though Lamar, we can't trust him, the Ravens have a stout defense. It's a very good defense. It's a defense that might give Phillip trouble, and we're gonna see. But you can't 100% trust the Ravens against that offense. But yeah, nobody wants to see Nick Foles. I don't know what they're gonna give. I think this is gonna be a good game. I think that might be one of the more entertaining battles of the weekend. If Chicago can get some work out of their wide receivers, those guys can play okay like they've been playing all season. I don't know if Philly can handle Chicago's defensive line though.
All right, well, let's take it all the way there. Let's get straight to the predictions. The Eagles-Bears game is actually the last game of the weekend. It's the Sunday afternoon game at 4:40. So we got Eagles at Bears. We'll work our way back up the schedule. You already said that, you feel a little skeptical about how the Eagles play. It's already been confirmed by at least one analyst that I heard that they picking the Bears to go all the way just off the defense alone. So who you got? You got Eagles, Bears at Soldier Field, at the new Soldier Field. The defending champs.
This is going to be totally opposite of what I just said. I'm going Eagles. Because here's what just flashes in my head. You think about like Monday morning, right? What stories are we listening to?
Yeah.
And I can hear it Monday morning.
Nick Foles
does it again. Exactly. Nick Foles again.
Yeah.
Yes, that defense is serious. But I think there's going to be one game that Chicago's going to need Mitchell Trubisky to win. Even though the defense is going to play well, there's going to be a game where Mitchell's going to need to win it. And this might be that game. And I don't know if he can do it yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Philly in this game. And I'm going to go Philly in this game 16-13.
I'm going the complete opposite. I think the Bears are going to demolish them.
You do?
I think the Eagles had to
Nick Foles is
scratch.
going to get beat down.
Yeah, they had to scratch and claw to get in here. And I think that's just like a win. Like, we made it.
Really?
I think they would just be like, oh, we made it.
What about all that pride?
We almost missed it. I mean, they know they have Carson Wentz in the way. Like, they know he's there.
But
Just to
nobody
say-
goes into a game thinking.
I don't think that's the mentality. I don't think that's Philadelphia's mentality. I don't think that's the fan base mentality. But I don't see them putting up a fight against the Bears. Because Mitchell Trubisky doesn't even have to get on the field. Like, it can be pick six, sack, touchdown.
Okay.
Like, I think Foles gets beat to a pulp in this game. To a point where it's like, he gets beat so bad that you feel bad for him that you're chanting Nick Foles.
Really?
Dude, it's okay, Nick. You got us this far, man. You did all you could. We appreciate it. I think
Wow.
he gets beat
Okay.
down.
I don't think Chicago has enough offense to be that team.
The defense is the offense. You watch this team?
Yeah.
They're
they're
they lock down. They lock down.
Is their safety playing? It's because he hurt his ankle,
I don't know.
oddly enough, on that pick.
I don't know.
Against Green Bay, where he just lost his footing.
It's just Khalil Mack got on that team, and the whole defense just got
it's a totally
inspired.
different level.
It got inspired.
And now, you know what? It's funny because. Okay, I'm changing.
No!
I can't change it.
No!
Because you know that's what I wanted to do. Like, okay, all right with it. All right.
No.
But you know that's what in my heart I was like,
No, sir.
this guy Chicago defense.
I don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
I know you picked the Eagles.
All right, we'll go Eagles Monday morning, man. If the Eagles, if you win, baby, I'm gonna be shouting about it next Thursday. All right,
I told you I was right.
all right.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bears. I'm gonna go 24-9.
Field goals, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go 24-9. Moving up that Sunday morning, not morning, but Sunday 1 o'clock game is the Chargers-Ravens. Ravens are at home.
I thought the Ravens were the 6. No, the Ravens won the division. The
Yes,
Ravens
it's
are the 4.
Chargers versus Ravens.
Yeah,
So the Ravens are
the
at home.
4.
The Chargers are the away team. Who you got? Okay.
Man, oh man. Phillip's going to give me a game where he's going to look like the old Phillip. I think Baltimore plays them tough, but I think the Chargers win this game. I just don't think Baltimore has enough offense to keep up, and I think LA Chargers will lean on them enough. I think they have enough weapons to run it and throw it. Is Melvin Gordon playing? Is he back to being healthy? I know he's back, but I think that's the only question mark. But if they can run it with him, I don't see why the Chargers don't win this game. So I'll take the Chargers 24-13. I just don't see Baltimore scoring a lot of points. And Chargers have a really good defense as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers 24-13.
Melvin Gordon declares himself ready to go. Had a full practice today.
Yeah, the Ravens just don't have enough. They're a good defense. And I think 24 might be too much. It might be 17-9, but I think Chargers win this game. They might be held in check a little bit. It won't be like they were against the Chiefs in that fun game that they played in Kansas City. Because you got to respect Baltimore's defense, which defense does. And they're at home, too. So they're going to be in it. The fans are going to be in it. That defense is really good. It's the number 1 defense in the league.
I got
no Chargers still.
Yeah, it's a guy at my job who said something the other day. And I thought about it for 2 seconds, and I realized he was stupid. So
Same way you felt about me.
he said that Baltimore is gonna go and beat the Chargers because he feels like it's gonna have the Michael Vick effect. He feels like Lamar Jackson is the new Michael Vick, where he just can will things to happen with his legs. Like he's been doing all season. I mean, he has been doing it all. He's been willing a lot of things to happen with his legs all season.
What a story that would be.
I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Because Michael Vick had a cannon
That's what I was about
to
to say.
back that up.
The only thing Michael Vick couldn't do was he just couldn't read defense.
Yeah.
That kid could throw.
Yeah.
Michael Vick could let it rip and hit a moving target.
Yeah. Michael Vick can throw the thing. Yeah. And Lamar's flatbread sandwich ball is not trajectory.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
So yeah, with that I had to shut him down on that. So I do have the Chargers. I'm going with your number 4-3 quarterback in Phillip Rivers.
4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
And the win.
He was number 3 on my list.
4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and the win.
And a W.
So yeah, I'll go Chargers on that one. I'll keep it close, just for respect's sake. So I'll go 13-10 Chargers. Just to make it a defensive battle, punt battle. But, you know.
Phillip Rivers is the gamer that
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
Last second drive, get a field goal to win it. Something
Okay.
to that effect.
Okay.
I won't disrespect the Ravens too much because they did have a good season.
Yeah. Very good.
Let's see. All right, so the 1 o'clock game on Saturday is the Colts and the Texans. The Colts are at the Texans.
As I already told you, I'm putting all my chips in on Deshaun. And with that being said, it's a home game against the Texans. That defense is really, really good too. Deshaun, too much. They look good on offense. Deshaun and DeAndre
Same page.
are working it well.
Yeah.
And I know the Colts have a good defense. I know they played some guys well. And that everybody's kind of riding that Andrew Luck is back story, and it's
Do
nice.
you believe Andrew Luck is all the way back?
I don't think he's all the way back, but he's pretty close. I think one more off season. I think next year we get the old Andrew Luck back. The T.Y. Hilton Andrew Luck connection's a scary one too.
T.Y.'s hurt.
Yeah, I don't see Indianapolis winning this game. I like the Texans at home, 24-10.
I'm very happy for the Texans because they're always on the cusp. Like they're 8-8.
They're always in the playoffs, and you know they're going to lose in the first
week. They're
week.
going to lose because they got a sucky quarterback.
Yep.
You know, they never get a
Yep.
favorable matchup. Or,
And their quarterback always gets
yeah,
hurt.
a big player goes, J.J. Watt gets hurt,
Yep.
the quarterback gets hurt, and they're
That's true.
always in that position where
That's true.
they're not able to capitalize.
Very
So
true.
it'll be good for them, and it'll be good for the city, and it'll be good for the organization and the Charlotte Auction to go ahead and get that win. It doesn't hurt Andrew Luck to lose this game.
Doesn't at all.
Like, it doesn't diminish his legacy, because we all know he's working his way back. It actually helps his legacy for him to start off 1-5 and to get this team into the playoffs.
Yep.
So I'll go to Texas as well. I think it'll be hard for the Colts to move the ball. I think they split the season series since they're in the same division. They played twice. I think they split, but I think it'll be harder for them to move the ball. Andrew Luck's gonna have to make the right read, but you can trust that. But I think it's Deshaun Watson's legs. Overall, would be his playmaking ability that'll probably keep him ahead. So I'll go Houston 17 and Colts 10. And then the second game on Saturday, which I think probably be the best game, is the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Seahawks at Cowboys. Seahawks made their way into the playoffs, and the Cowboys won their division, so that's why they got the home game at Jerry Land.
And I got to go history on this one.
What's the history?
Cowboys don't win playoff games. They do not win playoff games. I'm sorry.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dallas. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm. Oh gosh, they don't win the playoff games. They just don't. I don't trust. And I'm not. To me, if you stop Zeke, you stop that team. Like, I know Dak and my man from Oakland,
Cooper.
and Amari Cooper are. I know they look good. I know they've had moments.
Good chemistry
But,
so far.
yeah, but I think if you stop Zeke from running the ball, Dak is I need the run game quarterback to help me. Dak is not we're going to throw it 40 times and he can carry us to a victory. So I think
Is the New Orleans game just a fluke for you?
I think it was. I think that game
defense
was
looked good.
Yeah, but that was one of those everybody was saying that was a proverbial trap game. In college football, we call those trap games. That was a trap game for New Orleans. Everybody was picking New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, the hype was just way too high, and it was so high that you said, you know what, they're gonna lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just think that was one of those we lay the egg games, and Dallas came in on that disrespect vibe. Nobody
Right.
believes. How dare you? You're in Jerry's world,
Right.
and we can do this and we can do that. I just don't see that happening. I think they come back down to earth. And
Against the number 6 quarterback, Russell Wilson.
absolutely. And that strong running game and that defense that plays really, really well as also. So I think that Seattle beats them. I think this game does not have the fireworks that we would see normally from playoff games, because I don't think these are two firework-laden teams. So I think there's moments where you get a couple of big pops, but you're going to see both teams try to punch each other in the mouth, try to run the ball. I think Seattle ends up winning this game, and I think it's a close one. I think it's a 17-13 game at the end.
Yeah. I just for the people on the field, like, I think it'll probably be a good game. But I agree with you. It probably won't be the highest scoring game of the playoffs. I believe both running backs would just be running into walls all game. I don't think Zeke's going to have a good game.
8 in the box.
I don't think Carson's going to have a good game. Like, those guys might be nullified.
What? You know the running back's name, huh?
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team.
Oh, I thought you didn't know.
I asked you who it was.
Oh, okay, you did.
I know who it was.
I knew it was Carson.
No, you did. What's his first name?
Really.
There we go. But I think both those guys are running in the walls all game. So it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. And in that situation, you have to go with Russell Westbrook. Russell Wilson. So you have to go with Russell Wilson. And I do think it'll be like a tit for tat. I do think Dak will have his moment. I don't think he's like a horrible quarterback that some might believe that he is. I think he just needs, like you said, he needs the running game. He needs the defense to get confident and get things going. But I do think it'll be like a late tit for tat, touchdown for touchdown. So I will go Seahawks 21. No, I'll go Seahawks 24, Cowboys 21.
Oh, okay. Field goal.
So I'll go field goal, last drive. Go ahead, kick it, Janikowski for the win. and the Seahawks go on.
You gotta. I think all of your games, most of your games that you pick are like somebody for the win games,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
last drive. Or,
Yeah, I think this will be
Okay.
a competitive.
That'd be
weekend.
nice if it is. That'd be good.
Competitive weekend.
Oh, that'd be really good for the NFL. Will you know what kind of headphones these are? We have a listener asking. Off subject. What kind of headphones are these?
I don't know.
I forgot the name.
I think it's Studio.
Oh yeah,
Studio.
Studio.
No T.
Yes, Studio. Yep, no T. SUDIO. Yeah,
Look at that. Oh, no.
it's up. Funny thing is, I read it right here, but I was like, no, that's not.
That can't be
That
it.
can't be it.
Well, that's all I got. You going to
No,
throw
that's
any
good.
honorable mentions out
Yeah,
there?
so honorable mentions again. Texas Longhorns. Congratulations as I roll my eyes.
Is it this or is it this?
Yeah, it's Hook'em Horns.
It's this.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Gotcha.
Go Cowboys. Are you a Cowboys fan too?
I was about to say, are we caught up on the messages?
Are you a Cowboys fan too? You know, we have a name for fans like that.
Front runner.
Front runner. You're not. Are you a Cowboy, Warriors, Lakers, Longhorns aren't front runners. They used to be though. Are you really that fan? I hope not. Anyway, yeah. So honorable mention
Sorry, I didn't have the chat on on the YouTube.
honorable mention to the Texas Longhorns. Also, honorable mention to the Michigan basketball team, ranked number 2 in the country. Got to keep bringing them up because, yeah. Everybody thinks we should. Everybody keeps saying we should like bring them up because they're number 2 in the league. Yolanda says she's a Texas love. Okay, so you're from Texas, so everything Texas. So you're picking the
I can
Texans,
respect
the
that.
Cowboys.
I can respect
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
So now your Lakers Warriors love doesn't
But
make sense.
eventually, but usually Texans and Cowboys fans don't mix. Though.
No, typically they don't.
Usually you're one or the other. So like, are you just picking all of Texas?
She's
Or
probably just a
do you
Texas.
have a
She's a
favorite?
Cowboys fan.
She's a Cowboys fan,
Probably.
and just hoping the Texans win
I
too,
don't know.
just to get an all
We're
Texas
gonna-
Super Bowl.
I think we wait another couple seconds. We'll find out.
Okay,
So, but yeah. So yeah. So those are my honorable mentions.
all right.
And one other honorable mention for you in honor of your beloved sport of wrestling.
Oh,
Mean Gene
Oh.
passed away.
tell me some Mean Gene.
Yeah. I thought that she's a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
So shout out to Mean Gene. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, I saw that. the other day.
Yeah, I thought about you when I saw that come across the wire. So.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
You wanna know Mean Gene? That was back when wrestling was actually entertaining.
Oh, not a shot.
It's not a shot, bro. It's not. It's bad
Your
now.
era-ist.
It's bad
It's
now.
Your era. You're
You
like
still
it
watch
because
it?
your era is not here. Yes, my son, AJ watches it.
Oh my, it's so bad now. The acting's really
The acting's bad. Look, bro.
bad. I'm sorry.
But have you
If
watched
AJ's
the wrestling?
If AJ's watching,
It's really good wrestling. It's not like a body slam and a leg drop.
wrestling
and
and
the match is
Santa
over.
Claus.
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Honorable mention to my brother.
For doing what?
I'm not gonna say because he just put a comment in the feed. This is he wants me to call out honorable mention of the team that won in Pasadena on January 1st, which I'm not doing.
No.
Because this is my show
Yeah.
or our show, and this is the team I represent.
Yeah.
Do or die. So
You know
sorry,
what?
not shouting
The
them out.
collusion and the stink of that university.
Yeah.
Mr. Professor of
Professor of
Ethics.
ethics and assistant athletic director. Oh,
But yeah. If you get the young boy from Georgia, it's a problem. I just want you to know that. If you get Justin Fields,
Justin, please go to USC or something.
it's
Don't come to Columbus.
It's gonna be a problem for another couple of years if he goes.
Please don't go to
I don't know. I think I have any honorable mentions. Shout out to the Beard. He's killing it now. You know, getting his team back.
9-1 in the last 10,
Shout out-
averaging 40 a game.
Shout out to Paul George out there. You know, holding.
Go
up
home, PG, and show them.
Russell Westbrook.
Go home and show them, PG. You showed them last night. They wish if PG was on the Lakers right now, Lakers would be a different story.
Shout out to Anthony Davis for getting 26 rebounds and
And
franchise
still
record.
losing.
And still losing.
He had 40-some points too.
And still losing.
He's going to LA for sure. He's done. He's like, I just don't. He's the most frustrating thing is we're just not getting the wins. It's just frustrating. We're doing all we can. No, Sir, you want to
You are doing you do all you can.
Yeah, buddy. Leave New Orleans as fast as you can.
Man.
Sorry.
For small markets. So you wonder why you can't keep a player. Because you can't put good players around that player.
He's got to be born 30 minutes away and get drafted by your hometown team. That's the only way you can do it.
And I think that's all my shout outs. I think, everybody. Serena, Sportswoman of the Year. Shout out to Serena.
Yep. Serena Sportsman of the Year.
I think that's about it.
Yep. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We weren't here to tell you guys that. We were here, but we weren't.
I hope 2019 is the most prosperous year for you.
They appreciate it.
Emotional.
Yolanda appreciates a lot more. A lot more love. Don't mistake it as love. Hook 'em horn.
Just no way. So
Just because this is stupid.
I think we should just end it now. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna.
Oh, we should go. Stop.
You know,
So let's wrap it up.
so you can go ahead and talk aimlessly.
So you just gotta press the button. All right, well, that is it for tonight, folks. Don't forget, you can follow us live every week. Thursday, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. If you haven't subscribed to our Facebook page, please do as well. Or my Facebook page, or Dre's. All you gotta do is ask us to be your friend, and then after that, we can like you or accept you, and then you'll get an alert when we go live. But we are usually live on Thursdays. This is the Academy Sports Podcast. And please also make sure you follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, all the social media platforms. Check us out and chime in. Let us know. But enjoy the football this weekend. Enjoy the national championship game on Monday night. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week and figure out where we are, whose predictions came true. So for those of you at work, for those of you who are at home, enjoy the rest of your evening. And before we go,
We like our sponsors here at the Academy Sports Show. Mr. Mike Vaughn's Plumbing, both licensed and assured. Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices, whether it's just get up to cold or waterproofing, just daily home services. You want to check him out. The number is
313-304-7786.
Make sure you check out vaughnsplumbing.com so you can get that quote. It'll show you all the areas that service in the Metro Detroit area and further. You definitely want to tell them that the guys from the Academy Sports Show sent you. Once again, the number is
313-304-7786.
Check him out. He's the real MVP.
All right. On behalf of myself, Joel Williams, and my co-host, the honorable and angry at my top 5 list, Andre Sean Douglas.
Put a bow on it.
Have a good evening. See you next week.